God gave you the Shout It Out Loudcast with Tom and Zeus, the ultimate Kiss podcast. This is Jay Scott from The Hook Rocks. I know I'll be listening. I hope you do too.
If you people want a little bit of rock and roll, I said if you people want a little bit of rock and roll, shout it out loud!
Yellow. Hey, wait, whoa. There's something wrong here, Tom. Something's not right. What's going on?
Something is definitely not right here. This is kind of weird. I don't know. We're doing something a little out of the ordinary here. We got a bonus episode we're doing tonight. Is that what we're doing? A bonus episode?
We're not doing it just tonight, buddy. We're going to drop these once a month.
That's right. That's
what we're going to do. A bonus episode once a month on whatever the hell we want to talk about, right?
That's right.
Yeah, just something different.
That's right. But to add a little extra flavor to this once a month, we have somebody joining us. Who's joining us here? Speak up there, son. Speak up.
What's up, guys? No, adding flavor. That sounds racist. I'm adding looks. That's for damn sure. You don't see these two ugly mugs I'm looking at right now.
Well, that's why this is strictly an audio show. We don't release the video, but yeah, that voice you hear is the one and only Sonny Hollywood Pooni, and he is going to be part of this fantastic monthly trifecta bonus episodes that we have decided to come up with.
Yeah.
How trifecta, bonus, special, all this words. These words are big words. Extraordinary.
These bonus episodes are going to show people how sophisticated Shout It Out Loudcast really can be.
Yeah. Do you think he's like bringing up the IQ of this podcast? Is he bringing it down? What do you think?
I'm bringing up the weight class. That's for damn sure. The three of us can't be in an elevator together. I can tell you that.
Oh, God, that story.
We're not what you would call a handsome podcast.
No.
But then again, none of our competitors are either.
No, podcasting is definitely an audio medium.
Especially some of the gang we hang out with, right?
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. Here we go.
Man.
Already alienating listeners. I love it.
Exactly. We were talking about ourselves. We're not talking about the listeners, right?
No, I know. So what exactly? So these bonus episodes, what are we going to be doing here? Like, what do we think we're going to be doing once a month here?
I'd like to think a lot of these will be bonus episode album reviews.
Yep.
Like the one we're going to do tonight. I think we might get into maybe best top 5, top 10 lists, maybe singers, guitarists, a little bit fantasy drafts. We'll incorporate the drafts and a couple of Sonny's brilliant ideas that he does. I think it's just going to be something fun outside of Kiss, but in the same genre. I'd love to talk about country, but I think you guys would punch me in the face if I said, let's talk about Dwight Yoakam this week.
So this week we're not going to do a Hank Williams Jr. draft.
I take Carrie Underwood. I get first pick. Yeah.
There you go. We can do that.
Yeah. No, that would be with your partner on Grown Up Rock podcast. We would need him for the Hillbilly podcast. That's
Here we go.
Anyways, let's bring it on back. What are we doing this week?
Well, this week to kick off the first bonus episode, so like Zeus said, we'll probably start off with some album reviews, some of our favorites, non-Kiss. So tonight we started with what many, including the three of us, would consider a desert island / Mount Rushmore album, and that is the all-time classic "Appetite for Destruction" by Guns N' Roses. Everybody loves this album, so we figured this would be a great way to jump in with these bonus episodes and just talk about something that we love.
Yep, we batted this around, I think, and we all agreed. And it's amazing that we're all like, "Yep, desert album for me." Yep, me too. So I'm really looking forward to hearing about this, and especially like our first memories when we got it, and are we still playing it? You know?
Yep.
Sonny?
Yeah, you hear a lot of our friends will say Guns N' Roses is not their favorite band, but this might be the best album they own, right? And I think a lot of people feel that way. That's why it's sold millions. This is a West Coast band, so I saw them in a club opening for the Cult in '87, September. I've never seen them headline, actually. I've only seen them live twice. I've seen them open for the Cult. I saw them open for Metallica in '92. And that's it, because they didn't exactly blow me away live. That's a whole other story. But the album, I think I got it. I didn't get it right when it came out. Believe it or not, I got the It's So Easy Ka-single. Remember Ka-singles?
Ka-singles, yes.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so I guess it wasn't, I don't know if it was released in the U.S. I don't know if I got a UK thing from like Tower Records, but I remember seeing the Ka-single, and I'm like, oh, let me try this out. And, back then, now you're talking $2 or $3 to kind of test out a band, right?
Yep.
Today,
Mm-hmm.
Then it kind of graduated to, 99 cents on iTunes to test out a band or whatever. But, so yeah, I fell in love with the Ka-single, and then I went back and got the album. So I had the album probably, I would say, late '87.
Yep. So I remember, this came out in July of '87. So this was the summer before, Zeus and I, the summer before our freshman year in high school. And as we'll talk about, it took a while for the album to kind of take off after its release. But I remember specifically this one conversation I had with a friend of mine freshman year, and it was when Welcome to the Jungle started getting a little popular, and people like, oh, what's this band? What's this video? And I remember he had the cassette, and he's like, dude, let me tell you right now, you have to get this. He's like, and if you think Welcome to the Jungle is a good song, he's like, it's not even the best song on the album. And I was like, how can that be? That song is so awesome. How can that not be the best song on the album? And, 30 plus years later, the album I just still get a thrill out of every song on it. It's just a remarkable album when you think about, it's almost cliche to say that you like Appetite for Destruction. It's like saying that you like, the debut album by Boston, or even like something like, Hotel California by the Eagles, or like Led Zeppelin 4. Like, yeah, everybody likes that album. You know what I mean? It's universal. And it's, it'll be fun to talk about a little bit in detail tonight. Zeus.
Yep. Yeah. So with me, I have a couple different stories with this album. So I remember this coming out because I used to like get the magazines, Metal Edge, Circus, Hit Parader. I would run out. I would go to Harvard Square, take the bus, 77 Arlington, right there, right on Mass Ave.
Yep.
Go to Harvard Square and Out of Town News, which you can see in any movie that ever shows Harvard Square, right?
And now,
gone.
It's gone. Rest in peace, Out of Town News. Yep.
Yeah. So I would go there and I would get all these things. So I kind of heard of Guns N' Roses, and I remember going to. Do you remember the Strawberries right there near the Spaghetti Club where you used to go from high school right into hanging out there, right, with a fake ID?
Yep.
So I went into the Strawberries there, and I'm like, do I get this band Guns N' Roses? And they had the EP there. And I'm like, I don't want to buy a live album. How the fuck do they have a live album? I thought they're new. And I was going to get Guns N' Roses, or I was going to get this other upcoming band that I wasn't sure if they were going to be big, called Black and Blue.
Oh!
And I went to Guns N' Roses. And that's only because, again...
Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a little guy named.
You should have went to Playboy and Hustler too instead of Metal Edge.
Yeah. Exactly. So I ended up getting Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. I played it. So now, as I've told you on even your podcast, the hair metal thing, that was my thing. I never got into thrash. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't like this thrash. I don't like it. Guns N' Roses kind of was like that, kind of pulling you towards this different type. Them, Black Crowes, Tesla. It was kind of changing. Bands were changing, right? So I get Guns N' Roses. I played that song, Welcome. Like, holy shit. My memories of this are just, I was the first one playing it. I used to have a lot of the parties when I was in high school. I don't know about you, because Stephen, if you grew up in an ethnic home like I did, my parents would go to Greek dances, and they'd be gone for they'd go at 8 o'clock and come home around 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd be like, my parents are gone for 3 hours. Quick, everybody, let's drink for 3 hours at my house. And I remember specifically playing that and playing Paradise City when Welcome to Jungle hasn't even really hit. And people are like, what the fuck is that song? That's pretty cool. And no one knew what the hell that was. And I remember it specifically because it was freshman year and I had the parties in my house and I was playing it. Meanwhile, my parents would come home 2.5 hours later and I'd have to act like, what do you mean there were people drinking here? Like they couldn't smell all the beer all over the place. Like, shit, how did I get caught? But anyways, then as a freshman, I took that tape with me and I went over to Detroit and I met with my cousins. That's, the same cousins that got me into Animalized Live and showed me all that. I remember playing them Guns N' Roses and you got to listen to this. And they're like, holy shit, these people are swearing. I was like, yeah, isn't this shit awesome? And I remember getting my cousin and all his friends into Guns N' Roses. And the next thing I remember is that tour they did with Aerosmith at Great Woods. Remember that? And, the other memory I can have of Guns N' Roses when they, first started out is just, the whole, wait a minute, am I supposed to like this? I don't know. They have a few singers. I don't know who the singers are. And I kept saying that because I'm like, because that's not the same guy. That can't be the same guy. And I don't know who's singing. There's a guy named Axel. There's a guy named Izzy. I'm like, this band is fucked up, but in a good fucked up. Because when you saw the Welcome to the Jungle video, they were still kind of in between. They weren't like hair metal, but they were kind of in there. So it was a little like that LA Guns, Faster Pussycat, sleazy look kind of. And I didn't know what to make of this. But in the end, their talent overtook and everybody fell in love with Guns N' Roses. And I remember a lot of my friends were like, shit, I remember you used to play them before anybody heard of them. And thank God I didn't go, hey guys, here's this tape. You got to hear it. It's called Black and Blue. I don't think those.
It's called In Heat. You're going to love it. They hold on to 18. You're going to love it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think
Zeus,
my parties wouldn't have lasted.
But it's funny, when you tell that story, it's like this was in that era of true word of mouth. It was there was obviously it was the late 80s, so obviously no internet and stuff, but you had the magazines or you'd go to the record store and be like, what is this album? You look at the album cover, and we'll get into that. And then everyone's like, then you buy it, you listen to it, and then you tell your friend, then he tells your friend, you went to Detroit and you told your cousin. And the next thing you know, everybody's listening to the greatest album ever made. It's just crazy.
You look at this cover, right? Not the original one, right? When they got big, the cross. Yeah. And then you go look at your typical black and blue cover. Which one are you going to fucking buy?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so let's get into the cover a little bit. Oh, Sonny, go ahead.
Hold on, Sonny, you have
okay. Yep.
No, I was going to say on the West Coast they were already bubbling, right? So this is one of those things where we didn't know who the hell Kix was, and you guys didn't know who Guns N' Roses were. This is kind of what happens East Coast, West Coast. I remember hearing about Guns N' Roses, and you would see the T-shirts. Now, by the time this comes out, I'm a year out of high school, so life was a little different for me. I will tell you, I didn't start drinking till 1989. So I was 20 when I started drinking.
What?
Yeah. And then I drank as much as I possibly could between 89 and 2007. And it was all Jack Daniels. And it was all because of Slash. Because I kept remembering seeing Slash with that bottle in his hand. So I figured like Jack Daniels was a thing to drink. So I've maybe had 2 cases of beer my whole life put together. My whole life put together, I've maybe drank 1 bottle of wine, but I've drank cases and cases
it in a sippy cup?
and cases. No, it was not a sippy cup. Tony will tell you, me quit drinking saved his life. Like I was, I was the instigator everywhere I went, and it was the only reason I don't know anything about Jack. All I remember was seeing pictures of these guys with Jack bottles in their hands.
That's true. That's true.
I had Jack Daniels one year, freshman year in high school, and people dropped me on my front lawn like they did in a house party with a guy and rang the doorbell. And they just dropped me. And I was so out of it. And never drank Jack Daniels again. I was so out of it.
Oh.
Yeah. Good memories.
Yeah. Some.
Those that you can remember. So you want to get into the album cover?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of story behind this. Yeah. Sonny, you want to start off, buddy?
Yeah, so the story goes, according to Axl, that they wanted the cover art to be a photo of the Space Shuttle Challenger exploding. Mm-hmm. And I guess Geffen thought it was in bad taste, but they were okay with a robotic rapist getting killed by a metal Avenger. Like, who at Geffen is smoking whatever they're smoking? Probably not a great idea to put the shuttle exploding on the album. But that drawing is disturbing. There's no doubt.
It's awful. I mean, and it's on the inside of it's on the inside of Sonny and I have the vinyl of Appetite for Destruction. If I recall correctly, it's on the inside of the CD as well. I think if you on the gatefold, and like you said, it's just brutal. Yeah, Zeus is holding up now. I mean, it's just brutal. I mean, the woman has her shirt ripped open and her underwear is down, and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing here? Looking at this.
All she was doing was trying to sell toys. She was trying to sell mini mites for $1.79. That's all she was doing.
That's true. You can't blame her.
Yeah, but the 15 in you was like, that's the fucking coolest thing ever. Right? Don't look at us now a little bit.
Of course.
Of course. A little bit some class that got instilled in us, but the 15-year-old was like, oh, look, you can see tit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I look at it. I'm like, damn. Yeah, I remember that. And then the cross is just so iconic.
Oh my God.
Images.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best. I mean, those skulls, and they all have their own individual look. You know, you got Axl with the red bandana, Slash with the hat, Izzy with the hat and it's just so goddamn iconic. It's beautiful.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
I'm learning things.
Okay.
Isn't Axl in the middle?
Oh wait, you might be right. No.
Yeah,
no,
Axl's got the
red bandana.
Yeah, Axl's in the middle. No, that's Duff.
Wait a minute.
Red bandana's Duff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, because I'm looking at the back of the album with the actual picture, and Axl has a red bandana on.
Yeah. If I was to look at this cross, what I would say is that's Izzy, Axl, Slash. To the left is Adler. To the right is Duff.
Adler's got the Farrah Fawcett feathered hairdo.
Yes,
that's right.
I know that.
On the left. Obviously, Slash with the friggin' hat. That's Izzy up top with the black hair. That's got to be Duff's hairdo.
Yeah, because in the middle, he's got red hair.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? What threw me off, like I said, is on the back photo of the band photo. Axl has a red bandana on, and I've always just connected the dots.
Yeah, on this one, he's got the gay Al Pacino from Cruisin' hat on.
On that back album photo, look at Slash, dude. He's wearing that Batman shirt, and he just looks dead.
Dude, there is no way Slash is not pretending in that picture right there. He is
No,
legitimately
he is dead.
He is legitimately shit-faced beyond belief in that picture.
Yeah. And do you remember too, and the other things when they first get introduced on MTV and they went around, they started blowing up the fucking studio and shit. And everyone's like, holy Christ. Because that was reputation, and they were dangerous and they were just different. And, their album covers, show that. And then look at the back. You have these like concert-like photos, right? You have that on your album. There's different images there. They just look like a badass band. Like that rocks different. Out. It's all fucked up.
And it's different for the time too, because again, getting back to that back album, that band picture there, these guys are not, Def Leppard. They're not Motley Crue. I mean, look at them. This looks like a band photo for, like, say, Megadeth or Master of Puppet era Metallica. The ripped jeans, the snakeskin boots. Just the look of just we're fucked up, and we're not pretending to be fucked up.
Picture Brittany Fox's first album covers.
Exactly.
The
Cinderella.
Pirate, the pirate shirts and the awful boots and stuff.
And then
look at this.
Now all that being said, it pisses me off that people call Guns N' Roses hair metal. And
that doesn't bother me.
It bothers me the same way it bothers me that people call Tesla a hair metal band. It's not.
I enjoy it. You know why? Because it gives credibility to hair bands.
I don't want credibility.
But do you see where I'm going with this?
I don't think it gives them credibility.
People think Guns N' Roses are hair metal. For Christ's sakes, Judas Priest Turbo is hair metal.
Well,
okay,
yeah, that album is hair metal, but everybody knows Judas Priest is not a hair metal band.
So you want to say in Def Leppard hair metal? Like but is Pyromania hair metal?
No.
Okay, but when you think of hair metal, you think of Def Leppard and things like that.
I don't. When I think of hair metal, I think of Cinderella, Dokken, Motley Crue, like Whitesnake.
You don't think hair metal, when they play hair metal, they don't play Hysteria constantly?
No, they do, but I don't think it is.
Yeah. So I think it classifies a time frame. And basically melodic rock in its totality. I don't really, when somebody says, well, that's hair metal, unless they mean it in some derogatory term, right? Then I fight back and go,
yes.
Have you ever heard Steve Vai? Right? Like, it's like, dude, whatever guitarist you're listening to, just drop them, because if you think Eddie Van Halen and Steve Vai is hair metal, then you're missing out on the best guitarist on the planet.
But Steve Vai ends up in one of the biggest cliches of hair metal, and they're not, if you look at their whole career, Whitesnake, right? During that era.
Yeah.
And their, Slip of the Tongue album, they are really hair metal up.
Yep.
If that's a term, right?
Yeah.
And he's in the middle of that. But his guitar is, you wouldn't think of him as that, though.
Yeah, I remember two distinct things on MTV. One, when Alice in Chains' Man in the Box came on, I'm like, oh shit, I think my music is over. And when I first heard Welcome to the Jungle, I'm like, well, I guess we won't be listening to Cinderella anymore. Like, it was, Welcome to the Jungle felt the same way. I'm like, music is changing, and they're playing it every 3.5 seconds. Now, Axl looked ridiculous with the teased hair. Like, they're just stupid. They should have stuck to, him getting off the bus and just being kind of a country bumpkin, blah, blah, blah. I don't mean anything bad by that, Stephen Michael. But anyway, so he kind of looked a little ridiculous. But if you just listen to the music, there was definitely a change happening. But I thought it was more of a punk coming back than it going to thrash. But that's just kind of me.
No, I agree. And we'll get into that. There's a couple songs on here that are very punk influence for sure, definitely. Yep. And I think that video, I think Axl did that. I don't really have any proof of this, but you look like when Axl gets off the bus, he looks like a badass outsider. And then when the video kicks in of the performance segment, like you said, with his hair teased out to God knows when, you got to wonder, is that like an MTV thing? Like, hey, these are the videos we're showing. Stop looking like the guys in the videos that we're showing,
Yeah, I don't know, because their manager at the time was Alan Niven, And he said that video is a cross between Midnight Cowboy, The Man Who Fell to Earth, and A Clockwork Orange. I'm like, it's just a video to me. I don't understand
Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange. I don't see that. That's bizarre, but that's okay.
But yeah, that video was nuts.
That was great. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I guess I could see I could see the Clockwork Orange reference. I guess at the end when he's strapped into the chair and the TV,
I forgot about that.
I get that, but that's kind of a leap to make that connection. But yeah. So let's talk a little bit about some background, and then we'll get into the tracks. What do we got? There's a lot of information here especially for a debut album on a big band.
Would you have been okay, Paul, producing this album?
No.
He was supposed to do it.
No.
No. It's funny.
How?
I can't picture that because he first of all, the reason he got bounced was because he wanted to mess around with Steven Adler's drum sets, which I will get into a little bit later about how absolutely fantastic and borderline perfect Steven Adler sounds in this album. But, Paul Stanley, I know Crazy Nights hadn't come out yet, but Guns N' Roses is probably like, dude, have you listened to now? I have to remember who
Has anybody seen his Asylum costume?
Well, I was just gonna say Sonny likes Asylum, so Sonny probably wishes Appetite for Destruction was produced by Paul Stanley. Oh God!
No, I would have because they said Mutt Lange too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have minded Mutt Lange, but this Mike Klink guy, he was no third place guy either. He did all the Triumph records, so when you go back, this production holds up, and I can tell you, none of the Black and Blue production holds up.
I think that's the thing about I think that's the thing about this album, Sonny, is the production, the album. It's not of its time. It's still thick and heavy and raw, and that's you can't find a lot of albums from 1987 that still Metallica from 1986 maybe, but you're not going to hear a lot of albums that sound like this in 2020.
No, there are a lot of little tricks and sound effects and stuff that he would put in. That's a new band.
Yep.
Surprised he did that. And to take this unknown kind of band and put him in this and them to put this together, that's like, I don't know, lightning striking twice.
Yeah. And they say that, and they say that Mike Klink pretty much got the job because he was the only producer who pretty much said, guys, tell me what you want and I'll do it. Because a lot of the other producers were either too big, wanted too much money, or wanted to do different things, like Paul with the drums. Mike Klink was hired. He's like, guys, just tell me what you want and let's go for it. Let's do it. And like you said, he made some of those great Triumph records. So, he's got some bass. He's got a background in making that like melodic, hard rock sound. And clearly it worked.
Yeah. The only other thing I was going to add to the story is there was a little more background on that whole / Paul Stanley kind of feud that was going on for a little while.
Yep.
That's because / called him a gay epithet, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Oh, Paul Stanley. Well, Paul wasn't like Paul Stanley Star Child screaming out, "Come on and love me" in 1975. This was Paul Stanley swinging on a vine, singing all night.
There's nothing wrong with swinging on a vine. Tarzan's cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But I guess he got back to Paul, and then Paul, him.
Yeah, Sonny, the only problem there is Tarzan wasn't doing it with a sailor's cap on it with the shower in the background.
Oh my God. It could have only been worse if Paul would have done it with that underwear he was wearing on Crazy Nights. That would have been the only thing that would have been worse.
Oh God. Back to the album. So you got Mike Klink comes in, produces this. Obviously, there's parts of this, and I don't know, Sonny, if you want to take this part. How did Guns N' Roses kind of form?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bands that kind of got together. There was Hollywood Rose. There was kind of an LA Guns already going. There was a couple of punk bands that like Izzy and those guys were in, and it just kind of shook out. I think LA Guns and Guns N' Roses coming off of Hollywood Rose and Tracy going one way and Axl going the other was probably the best thing for both bands, because I think those two guys put together, there's a thing that Slash brings that Tracy just doesn't bring. And I wanted to get your take on this. You know, in the 70s, Ace wasn't the best guitar player, but he was definitely memorable and he had tons of style. You could technically say the same thing about Slash in the 80s, right? He's not the best guitar player in the 80s. There's lots of rippers. And I know people hate Yngwie and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, those guys are better guitar players. But they don't bring the Slash vibe. And they don't bring like just the memorable feel that there is to it. Right? So if you asked 1,000 people on the street, we will pick Mississippi to be on neutral ground. And you showed them the top hat and the spaceman makeup. Which one would they know? Who would win?
Probably Slash. Probably Slash.
What?
Probably the top hat. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No
I
way.
think so
Ace
too.
make
I think the
Ace
top hat wins. No way. Guitar Hero. I think Guitar Hero cinches it.
No way.
Yeah, that's true too. And to add to your comment about
They're gonna
Slash,
go Kiss. The first thing they say is Kiss. They may not say Ace Frehley, but they'll say Kiss.
yeah.
Well, we're not talking
they
about Guns N' Roses. We're talking about Slash or Ace.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's fun. It's a funny discussion. I'll be honest with you, because spoiler alert, Slash is my number one all-time favorite guitarist. Okay,
Really?
yes.
Wow, he's not even in my top 10.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. With Ace right there, because this type of guitar playing I prefer. Now I like Yngwie, I like Satriani, I like Vai, I like the Shredders, but then I like, George Lynch, Eddie Van Halen, DeMartini, like those guys. But this just bluesy, sloppy, raw sound where they can rip if they have to, or they can get a riff to just drive a song. It's just my style. And I'll be honest with you, I like the image that they both bring up. I love the image of Guns N' Roses in general, but I've always loved Slash's sound. It's just always been my kind of thing. Like that Les Paul, and Ace and Slash play the same guitar. I just love that. Like the noodling, I like it, but okay, I don't need to. I'd rather listen to Slash all day than some of the noodling out there. But that's just me.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that. I don't know. We'll do an episode on guitarists and things.
Yeah.
I still believe the old Gene philosophy of like somebody just hits a great chord. I'd rather hear that than somebody go like all day long.
Yep.
I
like both, but if I'm making a preference, I would take Slash.
The way I look at it, still to this day, probably the one that has the best influence for me. If it's my favorite, I would go and hear me out. I'd probably go Paul Stanley, because he does more riffs. If I had to put money down, all these guitarists line up, which one of you guys can write a song that I'm going to like? I'd probably put Paul Stanley will write a riff that I'll like better than anybody else. I put more faith in that than I would say Slash, because Slash has to go with Axl, like that sound, because I don't like them separate from each other.
Right.
So for me, I know Paul can do something that that's my wheelhouse. I am confident that he can do something that I'll like it.
But see, Slash
is he the best guitarist? Not even. No, he sucks. But he knows how to write a good riff.
but Slash can do it without Axl, because if you listen to Slash with Miles Kennedy, or even early Slash's Snake Pit, some of those riffs on some of those songs are absolutely mind-blowing, and it's proof that he can do it. It's not the same as Guns N' Roses, but that's Slash solo material with Miles Kennedy is absolutely amazing stuff.
Paul without Gene, Gene without Paul, but put them together.
Agreed. I agree. I agree.
It's just better. It's just better.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, obviously the band came together, right? Now you got Axl, Slash, Duff, Steven Adler at the time, right? And probably my favorite member of the band, Izzy, who was
very underrated.
Very exactly part of the song structure, the lyrics, the songs themselves, especially when you start going into the Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 stuff, because there's a big difference when he leaves. But now you have the band and they're doing their touring things and they're just catching like fire. And this album just does not stop selling.
No, you're right. Yeah. Sonny.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the recording thing that Adler was talking about. He said that Axl recorded each one of his vocal lines separately. But when I hear the songs, man, I don't hear that. And I know that, we edit enough podcasts and blah, 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 that you can work some magic. But first of all, it's 1987. And no matter what, if you say any line 50 times over, you're going to say it 50 different ways. So there's no way he recorded one line at a time on verses. Like, he might have done a part of a verse, stop, do the next part of the verse, stop. But I don't hear every line being different.
No, but I believe it, though, because Axl is insane, so it wouldn't surprise me if he actually did this.
Yeah, that part wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah. But you're right. You can't if that is true, you can't hear it. You can't detect that.
Anything else you want to get into before we get into the tracks?
Go ahead.
One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know his dance moves are stolen, right?
From Paul Stanley?
No. Richard Black. You know who that is?
No.
I do not.
Lead singer of Shark Island. They were a big club band in the mid 80s in LA. Every time somebody asks Axl, those stage moves, aren't those Richard Black's moves? He changes the subject every single time.
And that's why we bring Sonny on this show, for that kind of insight that you're not going to get anywhere else. Never heard of Richard Black, never heard of Shark Island.
Oh, you never heard of Shark Island? Nope. Law of the Order? Come on.
God. Okay, I'm on it. I'm checking it out.
You remember that band, Contraband?
I remember that band, yes.
That's Richard Black singing.
Okay. I never heard of Shark Island, though, but I've heard of Contraband. Oh, God.
I went down that rabbit hole on YouTube, and you know who I thought you were going to say? Soraya.
Oh,
God.
Dude, he can't pull off Sandy Soraya moves.
He was. That's what she was doing. That was her Axl moves.
I don't give a shit what she was doing.
And those first
was hot.
Yeah. They look like Axl moves. But anyways. So we ready to get through the tracks? Tom, did you have anything else?
No, there's so much on this album that, we would be here for hours just talking about it. I think we got out a lot of the bullet points that we wanted to talk about with the history, the album cover, production, etc. Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
All right. So before we get into this, I'm going to go break up a parking lot fight between Slash and CC DeVille.
And we're back. I was just pulling up my panties because they were around my knees with my ass and debris. So,
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Were you selling mini mites too?
All right.
Tom was getting fucking violated.
Violated by a robot. All right, let's go.
So when you think of opening tracks to an opening album, does it get any better than this?
I will tell you right now, no, it does not. When you're talking opening track,
there's better.
Here we go. We're not. Look, this is not the Richie Kotzen podcast.
There's better.
All right. Let's just say maybe there is better. Okay, King of the Mountain is not one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
No, it would be Strutter. I said better opening song
On
to
a
your
debut
album that says, get ready, here the fuck we come. Maybe Smells Like Teen Spirit, but that wasn't their debut album.
Correct.
But what is that face Dude, we're doing Nirvana next. If you're making that face.
We'll do Nirvana. That's fine.
You tell me debut album. Come on. You're the one contradicting this, so let's go. What do you got?
There's better. We'll save those.
Bullet Boys? What do you got?
No, Bullet Boys is not bad.
One of those
Boys not bad.
shit bands on the Monsters of Rock cruise? Come on.
Oh my God! Here we go. I can tell you ain't the fucking Eagles.
Yeah. You don't have one of your boys behind you defending you. So come on, bring it at me. Who else is one of those?
It ain't black and blue either. I know that.
I'm agreeing with you. I didn't buy it.
All right, let's stay on target. I'm going to have to be the referee here, which is a bad sign.
Oh, now you're being Mr. Polite. Meanwhile, you'll be texting me like, I don't want to go see fucking Lillian Axe. Anyways, I had to get that.
All right,
tell me,
that being said,
you have a band
it's great.
Of debut.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, sorry, go ahead.
It's incredible. It's a classic song. There's absolutely no doubt. They took the world by storm. There isn't another song on here that could have been as big as Welcome to the Jungle as an opening track, right? It's the perfect opening track for this album. There's no doubt about it.
And with that being said, somebody needs to explain to me why on the reunion tour back in 2017, what was it, the Not in This Lifetime tour that Zeus we saw at the at Foxborough, they opened up with "It's So Easy." How do you not open?
To do that?
No, I know. But "Welcome to the Jungle" is the concert opener, album opener. I mean, I don't know. I know that they did that, but I'm like, all right, you know what? Just get back to normal here and do what everybody wants, which is to open with this. You know, and it's also a generational song. Everybody knows this song. My 76-year-old mother knows who Guns N' Roses and knows Welcome to the Jungle. I mean, they play it in every arena, every sporting event. I mean, it's just one of the most iconic songs that's ever been recorded.
High school hockey. Welcome to the Jungle.
Yep.
And the couple things I want to bring up about the song.
Yeah.
The drums and the guitar starts and the whatever he's doing with his voice makes it sound like the wind is building up or something. And then oh my God.
Yep.
They just, what the fuck is going to hit you? And then jack, boom. And then they come out. Dun-dun-dun. That just, come on. There's nothing. The only thing I can compare it to, but again, not debut album, is the beginning, the Enter Sandman, when it's just building, and then boom. Just like, in sporting events and stuff like that. Welcome to the Jungle. That is just blows my mind. How I still can get chills when I listen to it. Yep. I still want to crank it up. I do not have fatigue when it comes to Welcome to the Jungle. And then just the different parts, the little solos that come into it, the breakdown, the whole part where Axl describes that he saw somebody there in New York that says, "You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die."
Yep.
That's a homeless guy. A homeless guy. Isn't that a great story? I can imagine somebody getting off the bus and some guy just yelling, "You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die," as people get off the bus. Like, I can just totally shit. I might have that job someday.
That's awesome.
The video, everything about it. So if you do like, I don't know, maybe if we ever did like rate a song, like how many A+s we would probably give.
Oh yeah,
this would be an A+ all around with everything, lyrics, playing, the vocals, the guitar, the drums.
And I'll say this. I mentioned it earlier about Steven Adler. All those people out there listening who drool over the drum sound in Creatures of the Night, which is horribly overproduced and horribly overrated. Steven Adler on Appetite for Destruction is how drums should sound. A snare drum that knocks out your teeth and a bass drum that kicks you right in the gut. His drumming on this album, not to mention this song in general, like Zeus said, when it kicks in, it's just like a blast off. It's fantastic throughout the entire album. Adler is a god on this album.
Eric Carr and Kiss fans, those thoughts are Tom's only thoughts. They are not mine.
I love Eric Carr and I love Creatures of the Night.
Mine.
But I love Eric Carr and I like Creatures of the Night, but people need to settle down with that. Oh, it's the greatest drum sound ever recorded. It's not. But
Settle
go ahead.
down.
So let's
Send your hate mail to TomGigliotti.com.
That's right. I'll create my own burner account for the bonus episode hatred. There you go.
Perfect. Any other thoughts on this song? Do we move to song 2?
No.
Well, it's
So the bass riff start here and that lower register voice. This was probably, I kind of noticed it in Jungle, but it was in It's So Easy. And again, I had it on single where I thought the same thing. I thought it was 2 different singers. I didn't know a singer could have that kind of range because even with Paul, we never heard him sing like in that low range, right? And all of the guys that were in the 80s that were trying to hit those high notes, they weren't hitting a lot of low notes. So that's what made it different to me.
And I think of Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe. How many people started doing those impressions of that voice from the It's So Easy? We used to do it in college. The Joycey voice. Hey,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
hard.
like, him and Eddie
mixers
Vedder.
this weekend?
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, the song is just a killer song. I mean, the whole album is, but you're right. That opening bass line and then how it just rips right in. And you're right. It's shocking because you go from Welcome to the Jungle when Axl's like screaming and wailing, and then you hear this and you're like, wait, what the hell is this? But yeah, no, it's nuts.
And how about the swearing back then? I'm like,
Oh
what
God, yeah.
my God, they're swearing.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And they're
You know?
swearing so that you can hear it. They're not just slipping it in there. You know,
Yeah,
why
it's
don't
not
you,
like-
he's like, why don't you fuck off? Like,
It's not like
Yeah.
you get all you can take. Right?
yeah, right.
What,
Oh yeah,
what difference does it make? What was that? What difference does it make? Okay. Yeah, you're right. You can hear it.
yep.
Any
Now
thoughts
check
on the
this
song?
out. In the end, it all worked out. In the end, it all worked out. But what dumbass released this as the first single?
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know. You would like you said. Well, like we talked about Welcome to the Jungle. I mean, that's like tailor made for an opening single, tailor made for radio. And you open it up with "It's So Easy," which is one of the nastiest songs on the entire album.
Yeah. Once you get used to Guns N' Roses, you like it, but that's not the first one to get acquainted with them,
Right.
right? You're not gonna, hey, listen to this song. To be like, oh yeah, I love it. I love it. Ready for the next one?
Let's go.
Let's take a swig.
Great. That whole story about somebody yells out, "I'm on the night train," and Axl yells out, "Yeah, fill my cup, bottoms up." You know, and they're all drunk, just saying stupid shit, and it ends up being a song. I only know one person drinking this Night Train or Mad Dog or 2020, and that's Foghorn Leghorn with his fucking sippy cup because this shit is cheap. And he doesn't buy any wine that's more than $3.
Did he already stock up for the Monsters of Rock crew? Is that going to be like a whole separate suitcase for him?
Oh no, we gotta go to the the CVS and they gotta get 4 for $10 wine. Yeah, that's how we're doing it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Night Train, that's about it. You're right. Yep. Yeah, another killer track, obviously. You know, gotta love it.
No, it just continues, and it also feeds, in my opinion, into that bad boy image.
Oh yeah.
You know, so you listen to this band, you buy the album. Welcome to Jungle blows your socks off. Now it's so fucking easy, and they're like, "What the hell is this voice?" And now they're all talking about drinking about Night Train and flying high, and you're like, "Holy shit, this band is badass."
And he's back to that high register, that wail after It's So Easy. You know, he brings that back to that scream. It's fantastic. Yep.
Yeah, and there's the chorus and stuff. I'm on the night train. I never get enough. It's just awesome. This rocks. All right. Up to song number 4.
And that dirty guitar tone, right? Now, whether it's Izzy, whether it's Slash, it adds like this attitude and kind of pain. I guess that's what you're kind of talking about, Tommy. It's like you wouldn't get that from Yngwie because his pick so clean, right? That he would never have such a dirty kind of. It like adds to the environment of the music. It's really odd. It's hard to explain.
No, you're right. It makes it like dirty and gritty and kind of mean because it's not perfection. And the tone of the guitar adds to that. And this particular song. So you've had "Welcome to the Jungle," which is like the anthem. You've had "It's So Easy," which is kind of like the foul mouth kind of nasty shit. You've had "Night Train," which is kind of like an up-tempo kind of speed song. But then you get "Out to Get Me," which is a different tempo with a different kind of a groove where Axl is singing a little bit more in this song. I mean, he's obviously screaming like he does in every song. But I think this is another turn on the album with just another kind of vibe to it. It's just, obviously another gem. One of my favorites for sure on this album.
This is when I start thinking of Slash and Ace, that dirty kind of sloppy guitar playing.
Yep.
Right?
Especially that opening riff. Yep.
Again, Axl, out to get me. Just continuing that theme of these outlaws, right?
Yep.
I'm fucking innocent, right? That's just, it continues. And it just, it's one of those things that when you got to remember back that your first time playing this, you're just so excited. Like, what do I got here?
Yep.
And God bless him.
And this song was a little autobiographical about Axl getting in all kinds of shit when he was that farm boy back in Indiana. Yeah.
Yep. And now we're gonna go. Let's go talk about some heroin.
I absolutely love this song. That muted guitar riff is totally ear catching. Just everything about this song is incredible to me because there's changes up in the speed, it changes up in the vocal range. It's got a little funk to it. I'm not exactly sure how the old man is heroin and her and she is heroin. Like basically everything's heroin to these guys, but that part always kind of confused me a little bit. But man, I love this song.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I remember, as a 14-year-old boy having absolutely no clue what the fuck he was talking about at that time. Like, oh, Mr. Brownstone, he won't leave us alone. I'm like, oh, it must be like a mean neighbor that he has.
He must be an art teacher.
Yeah, he must be like this jerk, little that young innocent teen mind at the time. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But like you said, that opening, that muted riff at the beginning, just fantastic. Great tune, great tune.
Yeah, I like it because he goes back to the voice.
Yep.
Which makes me again go back to like, who the fuck is this guy? He only sings 2 songs on the album, right? Like, anyways, take me down, boy.
Okay, I like it, but you could take 2.5 minutes out of this song. It do not need to be as long as it is.
You nailed it. The ending of this song, for as terrific and as anthemic and perfect as this song is, the end needs to be cut out. When he just starts screaming, and the song is just going 1,000 miles an hour. I'm like, you know what? You're kind of ruining it a little bit for me. It goes on. The intro, one of the all-time greatest intros. And when that whistle blows and then the drums and the guitar kick in and the song gets going, just an urchin living under the street, just the way it's so fun, so good. But you're right, that ending needs to be edited.
So one of the things when I said to you guys, my first interaction with this album, so I have the party, I'm doing my thing. I play Paradise City because when you hear that for your first time, it's almost like you're hearing, this song's a classic. You can tell the way they structured, like when they had this one sticks out. I think everything else is a little bit, we acquired the taste and it blows our mind, but this one, anybody can see that's a fucking hit. And it kind of reminds me of like somebody when they played More Than a Feeling, like Boston's like, oh, this is one of the songs on our album. You got some great songs there, but then all of a sudden More Than a Feeling comes on. They're like, that one sticks out. And that's how I feel about this. And then that video. I remember the video. It's when they're in England. What was that concert they did? And then everybody starts moshing. The whole crowd is like 100,000 people just jumping up and down. It just makes you think like, they can play nice and slow, melodic, and they're just like hanging out, take me down. They got both guitarists playing a little like an Aerosmith vibe and stuff, and then all of a sudden the place goes nuts. They can rock with the best of them.
Yep.
That's how I feel about this song. It just kicks ass.
Yep.
Boys, time to where are we going to next now? Time to flip the cassette over. Isn't that what happens now? Back in the day, right?
No, I had auto reverse, you fucking poor bastards. I had auto reverse.
You're right.
And a little tidbit, the LP and the cassette, it was side G and side R.
Correct.
Yep.
Correctamundo.
So now we're getting to the love songs.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the big part, right? That the first part of stuff was more about, craziness and drugs and fucking anarchy. And then the other side is all about the sex and the crazy, all the other shit. So let's get into the first one with his very loving song about this lady and her family.
Okay. So normally I hate that 30 seconds, 40 seconds of mood setting shit. I just don't like it. I don't like it when bands do it today. For whatever reason, it works in this song, and the guitar fills on this song are unbelievable, and they're put in the perfect spot. So if you go back and just listen to the song and listen for guitar fills, you'll realize that that's actually what catches your ear in the song.
The opening to this song, I won't spoil where I'm going to rank this song right now, but the opening to that song, and then when you listen to the lyrics and what it's about, that opening riff just brings a feeling of something bad is happening here. This is going to be a bad song. This is going to be a nasty story. And get ready, because when it kicks in, and your daddy works in porno now that mommy's not around. She used to love her heroin, but now she's underground. What the fuck, dude? Settle down, Axl. Just brutal.
This isn't a song by the Judds. No. No. But it's just a killer in that chorus, and then it slows back down again for the verses. It's just spectacular. And again, Steven Adler just driving this song, And let's not sleep on Duff. Duff is grooving along here too. He's fantastic. The one thing, I'll be honest with you, I'm not too keen on the chorus.
Okay, I can see that.
Mom, Michelle, like just.
Yeah, it shifts gears a little bit from the verses. I see what you mean, though. Yeah, if anything's weak about it, it would be that.
That's when Paul would come in and go, "Hold on a minute." Why don't you come up with, instead of my Michelle, how about let's put the X in sex?
Oh, God.
All right. Somebody get this.
Or instead of saying never can tell, can you say never can tell?
Oh, God.
Hey, people.
Oh, God.
Sorry, the Paul Stanley digits. I'm sorry. All right, let's get back on track here, all right?
Let's do it.
Number 8.
I haven't brought it up in any of the songs, but it happens a lot. Do they really know how to end songs? Like, they end them cool, right? Like, yowza, right? Or like the vocal gymnastics at the end of this song, right? It just, for whatever reason, whoever came up with the ends to these songs, instead of just letting it fade or just let it cut, there's always like some sort of vocal thing that happens at the end.
No, you're right. You're right. And this song, I remember when I first got this song wasn't a big favorite of mine. I thought it was kind of it was a little up-tempo pace, the lyrics. I'm like, wait a minute, it's kind of like a love song Axl's talking about. What are we doing here? But it fits now. And I love it.
I like it. It's not going to be, but there's, in my opinion, there's no filler on this album. Spoiler alert. No. But it's a cool song. Is it gonna get you want to punch somebody in the face like "Welcome to the Jungle"? No, but it's a good song.
Yeah,
Mr. Gelati, I just want to let you know that I think about you. that I do woo.
I don't know what to say about that, but I'm very excited about those. You're sharing your emotions. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll see if I can save a lyric to this song, to another song. Maybe I can sing to you later on.
Yeah. Are you ready for number 9? Holy shit.
So I love that Slash has said out loud he hates this slick, that it was a complete joke, that it wasn't supposed to be anything. And I get this song, put him on the map, but goddamn, you want to talk about burnout. This is where burnout comes for me.
Yeah. The one thing about this, the one thing that saves it for me, this is one of those songs where you acknowledge its greatness, you acknowledge its place in rock. But if you never heard it again, you'd be okay with it. But I will tell you this right now. This solo is arguably one of the all-time great solos. And it comes from Slash, so I might be a little biased, but the solo in here is just absolutely mind-blowing. And it's one of my all-time favorites. Love it. And I think that's the thing that carries the song for me. Because the song it's good, but I don't need to hear it again. But I will listen to that solo.
It's almost go ahead.
You remember the radio edit? They cut that first solo. They cut the second solo, or they cut the first solo. I can't remember. But it was like, I hated the radio edit.
Yep. Yeah, because the solo's long. It's pretty good. It's pretty good length. But Zeus, go ahead.
It's almost like a rapper, or like Dr. Dre set up a beat in the background. They're beating over that. And what I can't even do with my voice. Yep. It's just playing in the background, and they came up with the music over it. It's just, I can't explain it. If that was just on its own, it'd drive me nuts. But the way they built the music around that, and that's just playing in the background, and then the little groove they do before they get into the chorus and the verses, it's beautiful, man. It's just beautiful. It is. I can't say enough about it. Just the way it builds up. The lyrics are kind of, whatever. You got beautiful eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
But he builds that and builds it. And when it gets into the middle, and then the fucking solo, maybe my favorite solo. It's top 5 solo of all time for me.
Absolutely. Yep.
The video builds that for me too. And then when it builds to that crescendo at the end, Axl's got the wire of his microphone going in the air. Slash is just burning it up on the, and they just build it up and just, oh my God, it just, I can't explain it. It doesn't get better. It doesn't really get any better than that.
Absolutely agreed.
2 more things on this thing. So one is Rose's girlfriend at the time, I don't know if you guys know, was Erin Everly. She was one of the daughters of the Everly brothers, right?
Very good. I've got a bunch of Everly Brothers CDs.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yep. Only
but what the part that I don't get,
rock and roll assholes.
So in oh boy. So in 2015, some Australian band comes up and says, we're called the Australian Crawl, and we wrote this way back when, and GNR stole it from us. This was in 2015.
Okay.
The song has been played 85 trillion times all over the world.
I know.
But these dumbasses wait till 2015 to tell somebody? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that either. That's pretty bizarre.
That little run, the little Slash thing there, that I'm sure that's not surprising that somebody came up with it. It's a little, it's a little like, finger thing to do to warm up. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Trust me, Slash wasn't listening. Yeah, Slash wasn't listening to some fucking Australian band nobody's ever heard of to rip them off.
Exactly.
Right. It's like that magic that we caught on tape with Paul warming up with his vocals at the beginning of Heaven's on Fire. That wasn't supposed to be on the album either. It's just magic.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
All right. So let's move this thing along because I don't know if we can top that song because you're both fucking.
What I put on this one is I just love the pace and the onslaught of the song. I love the lyrics, and it's got that perfect end. And it's, for whatever reason, anytime this song comes on, I turn it up, and I never get sick of this song.
All right. Well, you're not going to like me on this. I like the song because it's on Appetite for Destruction. I might be in the minority here, but I will own it. I prefer the slowed down acoustic jam version of this on GNR Lies.
Oh my God! You got to be kidding me! You're fucking crazy! Yeah, you got to be kidding me.
But okay, well, I like this version. I like the vibe and the groove on that slowed down acoustic version. I don't know what to tell you. I like it. I know. I'm sorry.
Somebody should bury you in their backyard.
Wow. See? Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be like that? God damn it. And you just said those nice things about me, that horrible lyric you dedicated to me. Now you want to bury me in someone's backyard. God damn you. Zeus, what do you think of this?
I think it's a decent song. It's got a little meh for me.
Yeah.
It's better than the acoustic version. Sorry, it is.
Okay, that's fine.
But that's
fine.
It's all right. I don't have much to say about You're Crazy, except once again, I thought they were insane. You're fucking crazy.
Yep. Yep.
So,
okay.
Anyways, let's wrap this one up with one. Oh no! What am I doing? Almost one more.
Two more.
Yeah. What do we got? Number 11.
Co-written by Chris Webber. No, not the guy who called a timeout that he didn't have.
Oh, my favorite college player.
I remember watching that game going, I'm like, did he just call timeouts? Because they're out of timeouts. What is he doing?
Poor Zeus. He's got PTSD over that. Don't talk to him about it.
Dude, they were down by 3. They weren't going to tie it. They had like 10 seconds left. Jalen Rose should have grabbed the ball. It's
Here we
bullshit. Go. The fucking point guard ran away with it. And you got the fucking 6'11" guy carrying fucking the ball up.
Great. So
Did I open the can?
Telling him to call a timeout.
Here we go. So next month's bonus episode is going to be
player.
next
the
month.
way the game is played. Fucking power forward, making 5 assists, steals, blocks, 20 points,
Sonny.
10 board.
See,
Fucking bunch of assholes.
Next month's bonus episode is going to be all about the Fab Four. Thank you.
Fab 5, you
The Fab
asshole.
5. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Sonny, don't ever bring up Michigan basketball again on this show.
That's my love of Michigan. I almost went, and he was there.
Wow.
Continue.
And then Rubbermaid should have used those lines for a commercial.
Oh, God. Nice one.
Wanna
Yes.
spit them
Yes.
Some classics there.
Well, I love that. This is a great song. I love the chorus. It's got one of the catchier choruses on the entire album. And like that intro, it's just a really cool song. It's just another good sleazy song. Really cool.
I'm a fan. It's a good song. It's got that little bit of that what, whatever it does in the middle there.
Yep.
It's a good song.
Yep. I think Zeus is Googling Chris Webber's career stats right now.
He was a warrior. It ain't that great.
Chris Webber is a fucking prototype. Changed the game.
Here we go. Continue.
All right. You ready to end this fucking thing now?
Let's go.
Fucking bunch of rocket queens. Go ahead.
Feels like 2 songs jammed together, but that bridge would get you laid. So it's like that bridge should probably open the song, but either way, that whole sex thing, the moaning and all that was cool when I was 17. At 50, I could give a shit about this moaning now.
You don't like the fact that Axl was banging Steven Adler's girlfriend at the time?
Yeah.
And they recorded it, and then they put the fucking guy in the liner notes, the fucking engineer.
They recorded 30 minutes of sex noises for this.
And there's a rumor that some of that high-pitched squealing is actually Axl.
Oh my God, I believe it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, Bella.
liver. Oh, my liver. Oh, oh God. Anyways, though,
how about the song?
the opening to that song, with again, I'm going to praise Steven Adler. Just what a great intro. Then the bass kicks in, and I don't want to spoil anything about where I'm ranking this song, but good God, Rocket Queen is just fucking phenomenal. Oh,
there's been something that's bugged me all these years.
Okay,
explain to me, who's the Rocket Queen? And what is a Rocket Queen?
I'm going to assume it's like just some hot chick that likes to take a rocket ride.
Put your hand in his Rocket Queen and grab it. Put his hand in his pocket and grab onto his Rocket Queen.
Go ahead, Sonny.
The rumor is it's about a lady named Barbie Von Grief, and it's a chick that used to hang around.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm looking at a quote here. She says, "Somehow I became the Rocket Queen, and I have never said that I am the Rocket Queen."
Yeah, but why is he singing it?
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's Adrian. That's another woman.
That's the lady who got fucked, basically. Adriana Smith is the lady who actually had the sex.
Yes, and then
but she's not the Rocket Queen.
Adrian Zemed?
Right. The rest of the quote, she says the real Rocket Queen is Barbie.
Isn't that the Dancing Fever guy?
Who?
Smith, you fucko.
Adrian Zemed?
Adrian Zemed? No, first of all, the Dance Fever guy is Denny Terrio.
But no, he took over, I thought. Adrian Zemed.
Adrian Zemed's from TJ Hooker and Bachelor Party.
That's it. He was the Rocket Queen. He was in Bachelor Party, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah. He was Tom Hanks's he was the one that got all the friends.
Yeah, I think he took over for that guy. What's his name? Danny Terrio. Why the fuck you hanging out with Danny Terrio? Isn't that from Raw? Eddie Murphy?
By the way, Danny Terrio taught John Travolta how to dance for Saturday Night Fever. There's your trivia.
Okay, but isn't that the one from Eddie Murphy Raw? Why the fuck you hanging out with fucking Danny Terrio? Adrian Zemed. One of the best movies, though, of all time there. Bachelor Party.
That's right.
So, okay, but then why is Axl singing it as though he's the Rocket Queen?
Here I am, your Rocket Queen.
Yeah.
I might be a little young, but honey, I ain't naive. I don't know.
And who's he beating?
He says, "Here I am, and you're a Rocket Queen." That's what he says.
Wait.
Here I am, and you're a Rocket.
Sorry, you're right. Yes, that's correct. You're right.
Yeah.
Here I am. That's right. He's talking to the Rocket.
Right. You know what? I know.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can turn on anyone just like I turned on you. And I'm thinking this whole time, why is he singing as though he's the female? Like the female saying, I can turn on anyone just like I turned on you. Here I am, the Rocket Queen. And I'm like, why the fuck is Axl saying it?
Yep.
Oh, holy fuck. Thank you, Mr. Pooni. Since 1987. Yes. Adrian Zemed is the Rocket Queen.
Jesus Christ, what is happening right now? Oh boy!
All those women Zeus bedded and said, "I'm your Rocket Queen, baby. I'm your Rocket Queen, baby."
Oh, and they all looked at him and said, "And you're my Adrian Zemed."
Go to bed, you bitch.
Let me be your TJ Hooker.
And then I would make. Well, Axl was cool. He made little sounds like "ew."
Oh God.
Anyways, that's a pretty good song, Rocket Queen. The breakdown is awesome. I know you guys talked about it. I love it. 2 different songs. Combine them both. They're both awesome. And I just love the opening lyrics to the song when it kicks in too, Tom. I think it's fucking kick ass.
Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely. So, gentlemen, that is Appetite for Destruction. Woo! Anything else you want to add before we break down and go through our favorites?
No, that's a long 12 songs. That's a long album for a debut album.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, you guys ready to rank these?
Let's do it.
Okay, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I got number 12. You're crazy. Are we going around and we going around the horn?
Yeah.
Okay. Sonny. Number 12.
No, number 12, Paradise City.
Ooh, yikes.
Are you on crack, Mr. Pooni?
You're not going to like any of my picks. I can tell you that right now.
Paradise City is the worst song on
As I was listening to you guys through the 12 songs, I'm like, they're going to hate my top 12.
Oh,
that's okay. Go ahead. Zeus.
Next month's special now guest is going to be Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, God.
So, number 12 for me is I am going to high five Tommy.
Ooh.
You're crazy.
Okay. All right. Number 11 for me. Think About You.
You do?
Yes. It's true.
Number 11 for me, Sweet Child of Mine.
Okay.
Stop.
No,
Are you serious?
I'm not going to argue with Sonny on that. I'm not going to argue with
serious.
Sonny on that. But go ahead.
Are you serious?
Are you
Wait till you
serious?
hear number 10.
Oh, God. Go ahead, Zeus. You're 11.
I'm just like
Stunned silence from Zeus here.
anything goes.
For number 11, that was your number 11?
Correct.
Anything goes. Wow. Okay. So my number 10, Zeus won't like this either. My number 10 is Sweet Child of Mine.
Fuck is wrong with you people?
It just shows you how good this album is.
Is it fatigue?
No, it's just not the kind of song that the ones above it are. It's a good song, but I mean, you're talking about one of the all-time great albums. I mean, this would be like the number one song if it was on any other album, probably.
Oh.
Go ahead, Sonny. What do you got? Number 10.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, so Sonny's ranking. Are you ranking these in the reverse order?
No.
You have Paradise City, Sweet. So is this a fatigue thing with you?
No.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay, that's fine. I get it. Sonny doesn't. So breaking news: Sonny does not like Appetite for Destruction.
I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Hold on a second.
It's not the best album I own, but it's one of my favorites.
Okay. All right. Well, next month maybe you can pick the album, although it's probably terrible. So I don't know if we're going to let you do that.
Right. So me, number 10, Think About You.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So I got number 9.
Yes.
Number 9 for me. Night Train.
Right. Okay.
Night Train. Number 9.
Number 9, Mr. Pooni.
Anything goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 9 for me, It's So Easy.
Ouch.
8.
Wait, where are we?
8.
8. It's So Easy is number 8 for me.
Okay.
Sonny, what do you got, buddy, for number 8?
Rocket Queen.
Oh my God Almighty! What is happening here?
Dude, we got completely different lists.
Holy crap!
8
All
for
right.
me, Night Train.
Okay.
7 for Tom.
Wait, was it 7 for me or 8?
7 for you.
Okay. So I had at 8. I had.
Hey.
All right, now I'm getting confused.
At
So
8, you had It So Easy.
Thank you. Okay, all right. So 7. I got Anything Goes.
Okay. Sonny?
I got Out to Get Me.
Wow.
7 to me, Mr. Brownstone.
I should just fucking hang up.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah,
All right,
because Mr. Brownstone is bad at 7.
Number 6 for me, Paradise City.
All right. Okay.
Sonny.
6 for me is You're Crazy.
Okay.
6 for me, My Michelle.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my Lord.
Number 5.
Number 5 for me, Mr. Brownstone.
Mr. Brown Pants.
Sonny.
5 for me is My Michelle.
What is this? Is
Thank you.
God damn you.
5 for me, Paradise City.
All right. Number 4, Out to Get Me.
4 for me is Think About You. You know that I do woo.
4. Oof.
Number 4, Out to Get Me.
Oh, we got the same number 4 there, partner.
That's right.
All right.
Partner.
Number 3, Welcome to the Jungle. Sonny.
3 for me is It's So Easy, baby.
Okay.
Number 3 for me, Here I Am.
Wow. That's your
Your
third.
rocket
Okay.
queen.
All right.
You're a rocket queen, not your rocket queen. Here I am, your rocket queen.
That's if Paul Stanley wrote it, that would be the lyrics.
That's why I thought Paul was involved.
He was going to change it to I'm the queen of the nighttime world.
Tom, Paul Stanley on line
Can you
1.
imagine? Paul's producing the album. Hold on, Axel, hold on. Are you the Rocket Queen? Or are you singing about the...
And then Slash is like, dude, we got to get rid of this fucking asshole.
We got to get rid of this guy.
I'm sure he wasn't using asshole too as the adjective.
All right. Number 2 for me, My Michelle.
What?
It was almost my number 1.
Oh,
Yep. Sonny.
2 for me is That Tasty Night Train.
Oh, okay.
what? 2 for me is Sweet Child of Mine.
Incorrect. It's Sweet Child, oh mine. Oh, apostrophe mine. All right. Number 1 for me. The Queen of Rockets. Rocket Queen is number 1 for me. Sonny.
The best song on this album is Mr. Brownstone.
Okay, I won't argue with that. That is an awesome song. I had it at number 5, but I will not argue with
Dude,
it being
number
number 1.
7. It could
It's a
be
great
number 1 on a lot of other albums.
Great song.
Number 1, just again, nothing can beat it. And Sweet Child of Mine was so close to being my number 1, but Welcome to the Jungle is just that, I know where I was, what I was doing when that came on. And plus, it was a great part in the program.
Yes.
Remember that, Tom? Back in Stonehill when the movie The Program came out and they were at football and all you guys on the football team were like, yeah!
One of the greatest 90s movies ever made. Holy shit.
So terrible. So bad acting. Just terrible.
Hey, so I did some quick math. If we were to combine our rankings,
Go
the
ahead.
top five would have been from 5 to 1, Out to Get Me, Welcome to the Jungle, Mr. Brownstone, My Michelle, and Rocket Queen would have been number 1.
All right. That's a good number. That's a good top 5. I'll take it.
Horrible picks.
Oh, shut up.
All right,
Shut
so
your mouth.
could you repeat that again? Rocket Queen?
So from 5 to 1 would have been Out to Get Me, Welcome to the Jungle, Brownstone, My Michelle, and Rocket Queen.
Nice.
Got it.
Cool. All right.
Great.
That's
Wow.
that's Appetite for Destruction, folks.
Yep. And I can tell you right now, it looks like we're back to our old days of shouting out Loudcast with these long ass episodes. But it is our debut bonus episode.
That's right.
So hope you get a boner off this bonus episode.
Jesus Christ almighty. Here we go. So can I introduce our new bonus episode segment?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
So instead of listener questions, we're going to introduce a new monthly section. I'm sorry, a little monthly segment. And we're going to have Zeus drop in a little bit of the music here to have you figure out exactly what we're talking about here.
'Cause you matter to me, and that's why you still matter to me, and that's the only reason I need to get by. You still matter to me, yes you do.
That's right, people. We want to know, you matter to me, that's why. We are going to share what matters to us once a month. The three of us are going to come up with things that we're kind of into, whether it's a podcast, a book, an album, a movie, a meal at friggin' Five Guys. Who knows? Maybe there's something out there that you want to share. So who wants to start with our newest You Matter to Me segment? Sonny's laughing, so maybe he has something on the Five Guys menu he wants to share with us.
I was going to say the Fab Four.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, the Fab Five? See, he's going to get all upset.
All right, I'll start. So what matters to me today is Ray Donovan. If you are not watching Ray Donovan, you are missing out. And I think we're on the last season. So he's got like 6 or 7 seasons out there. It's a Showtime show. It's got to be on Netflix or Amazon or something. But Ray Donovan is outstanding.
It is a terrific show. I have not gotten as all the way through it, but Liev Schreiber is fantastic. Awesome show. You're right. Yep, very good. Zeus, what do you got, bud?
You really going to go to me next?
All right, I'll go. So this month, I have a collection of books, a lot of like rock and metal, like coffee table books. Not the kind of coffee table books that are about coffee tables that turn into a coffee table. Not that book.
I thought you were going to say, I have a collection of Garfield books.
Oh, not anymore. But this one, I never really hear. I found this on Amazon. I got this a little while ago. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, and they should. It's a coffee table book called Hellraisers. And it's a complete visual history of heavy metal. And this book is absolutely spectacular. It breaks down all the different genres of metal kind of in chronological order. It talks about the new wave of British heavy metal, glam, thrash, death metal, black, doom, everything. Then it gets into like hardcore, groove metal, power metal, prog. In each section, it talks about bands that are famous within this genre, bands that may fly under the radar in this genre. Then there's some sections at the end. It talks about bass players, mascots, different. It talks about metal festivals, tons of awesome photos. Just a really cool reference book. If you got, ADD, short attention span, you want to pick it up and go through it. It's called Hellraisers, and it is written by Christopher Crovatin and Axel Rosenberg. Not Saul Rosenberg and not Axl Rose, but Axel Rosenberg.
Just gonna say to you,
oh boy, it's a big book about metal. Oh boy. But yeah, it's terrific. I urge you to check it out. It's called Hellraisers. You can find it on Amazon. Awesome book.
Yeah.
Zeus, go ahead, bud.
So I want to talk real quick about totally something different.
Okay.
Off the chart, a little bit, not music and stuff, but as you know, and me and you both know, me and you a while back got to go to a wrestling event that was given. We got tickets to go thanks to Mr. Jericho, and we got to see the second episode of AEW's Dynamite, right? That taping.
Yep.
So I've been following AEW now, especially for Jericho and stuff in wrestling. And we know there are a lot of metal and Jericho fans, and we all kind of Kiss fans. There's a lot of wrestling fans in our community. So I've been watching, I've always watched wrestling. I got into it when I was young because I don't know if you have this thing, Sonny, but so when my grandfather came here, the only thing that he really got into were John Wayne movies and wrestling. And the reason why, you can always tell the good guy from the bad guy in the Westerns. Yep. And wrestling, you didn't need the language. He loved it. Everything from, WWF back then to the Texas stuff to Ric Flair and all that shit. So he got into me. So it's a little sentimentality thing for me. And I've been following it, ever since. Anyways, I'm still a big WWE fan, but AEW is right now kicking it. It's just beating its ass. It's so fun. It's so exciting. They just did the Jericho Cruise, and they taped their episode of Dynamite on the Jericho Cruise. Well, they had a guy get thrown into the pool. They have Jericho coming. He's in another world. He is so fucking entertaining, Chris Jericho, right now. And he just makes that AEW such must watch for wrestling fans for me. I even got Tommy watching some wrestling who never got into it because he's like, holy shit, this is actually fun.
That's true.
So for me, what am I into? I've slowly started putting that as my favorite. I put AEW over WWE. And thanks to our good friend, Mr. Jericho. And I recommend people to start watching it, and you'll see the difference. That comes from a wrestling perspective. Now, before we go further, and I want to get everyone's feedback on this, because we were thinking of this segment, and we're like, let's just do something that we call what kind of name, and we have to have something to be Kiss kind of like, right? Yeah. And so we're thinking of like, what should we call this segment? And we were throwing out names.
Here we go.
So don't give away the good one that I want, but throw out some other ones, Tom, that we kind of discussed. Like, what should we call this?
Here I got one right now.
Wait a minute. Got to choose? We were
Go
going to
ahead,
say,
Sonny.
right?
How about what makes you all night?
Yeah.
That was one. That was one.
That was one of them.
That was
it? Okay, all right.
Yep. The all night.
What gets you exciter?
Yeah.
Oh God.
But
See what I mean?
But nothing will be better than this one. So I wanted to call this the "You Make Me Rock Hard" segment. Yeah. And then it would go around and it would go like this. So, Sonny, what makes you rock hard this week? Well, I got rock hard this week.
And I would say,
I just saw Richie Kotzen play, and that made me really rock hard. Tom, what makes
exactly what I would say. I saw Halle Berry in the Flintstones. That's what happened to me today.
So Tom was like, we can't do, I'm not saying, go ahead, Tom. What did you say to me?
I said, I'm not going to say this book makes me rock hard this month.
That's getting clipped and used. I'm telling you right now.
I was just going to say,
listen to this podcast. Tommy, you got the water running all day? No, I wasn't rock hard to anything.
But I was. I can picture right now, you're right, Sonny, your partner Steven is going to cut that out and say, this week this book got me rock hard. There it goes. He's going to cue it up. I'm dead now. Yep.
That'd be great. So in the rock hard section, what got you rock hard? Well, frankly, I was watching TV today, and this made me rock hard.
I want to change my Ray Donovan pick.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Sonny.
Sonny got rock hard off of Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan. I got rock hard on watching men wrestle. So
See?
Tommy got rock hard from books. I don't know.
I got rock hard off looking at a book with pictures of men in it. Oh, God.
So what do you think? Should we change it?
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, God. All right, let's wrap this.
Anyways. So, finally, Sonny, you have different many hats that you wear. Where can people find you besides here once a month?
Well, when I'm wearing my baseball cap, I'm on Podcast Rock City and All Kiss Podcast. And when I'm wearing my leather top hat, I'm on Growing Up Rock Podcast.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Wonderful. Where can they find us, Mr. Tomas?
Would you forget my name?
I had the rock hot thing in my head. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, oh God. So we're still Shouted Out Loudcast. You can find us on all the social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Email us at shoutoutloudcast@gmail.com. We're on all the podcast platforms out there. Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, all those places, wherever your podcasts are, you can find us. We're part of the wonderful Pantheon podcast family with us and about 20 other shows, all terrific stuff, all varieties and genres of music, covering all kinds of great topics. And if you're interested in some Shouted Out Loudcast gear, always check out our good friend Ed over at clicktshop.com. If I recall correctly, Ed is doing some kind of giveaway for some KISS VIP passes. So hit up his website and check that out. And we hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of chaos and silliness here for some non-KISS discussion this month.
Yeah, I want to re-emphasize. So tell us what you think of this. Tell us that you think Sonny should just do the show by himself and kick us two off. Tell us if you can't stand him and you think his voice makes my voice sound like, I don't know, Frank Sinatra. We'd love to hear from you. So you can always hit us up on Facebook. You can hit us up on Twitter. DM us. Instagram, same thing. But we love the emails, and we love to read them. shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. And as I always say to people, please give us a rating, a 5-star child rating on Apple iTunes and Podchaser, with podchaser.com. So we are going to keep our famous last words.
Yes.
A little bit different this time.
Yes.
Sonny, you want to lead us off?
Okay, so from the same song, but two different things I want to share with you. One is, there is no way anyone knew what he was saying the first time you heard this in Paradise City. Strap in the chair of a city gas chamber. While I'm here, I can't quite remember. The Surgeon General says it's hazardous to breathe. I'll have another cigarette, but I can't see. Tell me who you're going to believe, right?
Excellent.
But in that same song, Slash's original lyrics to Where the Grass is Green and the Girls Are Pretty, the original lyrics were Where the Girls Are Fat and They Have Big Titties.
Ooh, beautiful. Let's go with it.
I like that.
Nice Slash. All
Nice.
right.
Tomas.
All right. So one of my favorite lyrics from my favorite song. I got a tongue like a razor, a sweet switchblade knife. I can do you favors, but then you'll do whatever I like. Here I am, your rocket queen.
Who's the Rocket Queen?
Oh, here we go. Here's another 2 hours. Jesus.
Excuse me, Axel, are you the Rocket Queen?
Tune in after this. Zeus is going to do 30 minutes on who the Rocket Queen is.
People, I'm the Rocket Queen.
Don't give him any ideas.
Both of you, I see you standing there. You both think you're so cool. Why don't you both just fuck off?
What a great way to end it.
I know. Hey, everybody, thank you for listening. Sonny, thank you for coming on board. We love having you. Can't wait to continue this. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, Sonny, thanks, buddy, for joining us. Always fun and insightful as usual. And we hope you guys enjoyed a little extra Shout It Out Loudcast coming at you. So we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks for the invite, guys. What makes you want to burn your firehouse down? I don't know.
Oh, God. We'll come up with a new one next month.
Peace out, Girl Scout.